If you could write a letter to yourself now in your first year of motherhood, what would you tell yourself?
Woo! All right. To my younger self.
Dear me from 23 years ago.
Dear me in my first year as a mom.
Dear Ashley, congrats, Mama. You did it. But before you get too far into this whole mommy thing, I wanted to share some things I've learned along the way.
I know you're probably not getting a lot of sleep right now, and I know you're beating yourself up because breastfeeding didn't work out this time. But never fear, you will sleep through the night again, at least until babies 2, 3, and 4 come along.
First of all, calm the frick down. I know you're scared. You carried that little peanut in your belly for 9 months, and now that he is out in the real world, you are terrified of the what ifs. Worrying and thinking about what could happen is no way to live your life. I remember you even scared to leave the hospital. It wasn't the sleepless nights that worried you, it was all the silly, scary thoughts that you allowed to creep into your brain. Well, 99% of those things will never happen. I repeat, they will never happen. Welcome to parenthood, Kia. It is nothing like what you have thought of when playing with your baby dolls. First, no one, literally no one is going to tell you about the giant maxi pad that they give you at the hospital, but you'll need it.
Number 1, motherhood looks and feels different on everyone, and that is okay. Just because your friend cried the first time she dropped her baby off at daycare, it doesn't mean you will.
Though as it turns out, all of those new mom decisions that consumed you in the early days probably won't make a huge difference in the final outcome. It will take a while, and you're gonna make a lot of mistakes in the meantime, but eventually you'll figure out what's really important. And your attachment to all your children will prove to be resilient, even into adulthood.
Motherhood is scary. It's hard. The feeling of being overwhelmed over literally everything is normal. Ask for help. Let your grandmother hold your baby without hovering over her, for Pete's sake. Let go of those measurements of motherhood. You know there is a greater plan that you have no control over, and just learn to embrace every moment. Live in those moments where you're so tired you can't see straight. No one is gonna tell you that every day you are going to make at least 3 parenting mistakes. At least. But keep a cool head, laugh, and honestly, it's true what all the old ladies have told you in the store. It does go by fast. And so you have to take time to slow down, roll around in the grass with the kids.
As of the day of this writing, your children are nearly 23, 22, 19, and 12, and you have experienced the unexpected and joyful privilege of co-parenting teenage stepchildren who are now 30 and 26. You even have a grandchild on the way. Even though you messed up plenty as a mom, your babies are generous and forgiving.
Keep your husband or partner your number 1. Now, at times, the baby does come first, obviously, but overall, you should keep your husband or partner number 1. And this means schedule date nights in, put it on the calendar, create that time and margin for you and your partner to just hang out.
Don't forget to date your husband, for crying out loud. Get out there. You already know that there's plenty of stories throughout the day that would drive you to have a cocktail. Go get the cocktail with your husband. Enjoy that time because you guys are raising them together. Have fun with all of them. Make sure to include your husband because he is their dad. Know that it's okay to cry, scream, feel frustrated, worry, overwhelmed, all those things. You are in the trenches, and each new phase of their lives is a new trench, but it's so amazing. I was so sad for each phase to end, only to see that each new phase is just as magical. Don't get me wrong, you'll have new frustrations and new reasons to cry, but you'll have new relationships with your kids that are ever changing and growing.
You can check all the boxes of what you think are the best parenting decisions, and your kids can still struggle with health issues, anxiety, relationships, and more. They are their own people. Sometimes they will thrive, and sometimes they will struggle. And sometimes that's all in spite of you, and sometimes you do get credit. There is no formula for guaranteed success. There are no guarantees at all.
99% of motherhood is gray, meaning there's no right or wrong. You want to give your baby formula? Give your baby formula. You want to breastfeed? Breastfeed. Most of the pretty pictures you see of the mommy bloggers, they're staged. Don't think that they have it all together. Don't compare yourself. In fact, you could even get off social media if it's making you feel less than.
Make sure you have gloves in your diaper bag. That's right, disposable gloves, because blowouts happen. And they happen in the nicest outfit you've put the child in. And they happen at the most inconvenient moments. So have those gloves, get down in the mess, clean it up, and in about 5 minutes, all will be well again.
When things are going well, don't be smug, lady, you probably got lucky. When things are going sideways, don't beat yourself up. Not everything is your fault. The important thing is that you try. When emotions are high, take a step back and parent thoughtfully. Prioritize that precious connection with your children, even when you're getting on each other's nerves. When you're second-guessing your decisions, and oh boy will you, ask yourself if your behavior is serving your family's needs in a healthy way, or are you just trying to conform to dysfunctional, arbitrary standards you think society demands?
It's a wild ride. Make sure to find your mom tribe. Mom friends are invaluable because not only do you get a friend, your kids get a friend too.
I believe we're all created for community, and becoming a mommy, there are many times I felt lonely. I felt like no one would understand. I'm all by myself. I'm sitting here with a baby. Baby's not talking back to me. And who would understand this? And in fact, there's a lot of people out there that understand it. You just have to find your tribe and you have to create your community.
You're gonna meet a lot of amazing parents along the way. Lean into the wisdom of those you admire, whose skills are more evolved than your own. Never stop growing up, even as you are raising the next generation. Most parents are muddling through too, so don't give the outside world too much of your power. Do what is right for your family and the treasured individuals within it. I hope I'm not scaring you. I have a lot of passion about this. It does get intense sometimes, but in the end, I promise the rewards far outweigh the challenges along the way.
So embrace each stage, each challenge, each snuggle. Don't worry about the what ifs in the future. Live in each moment. Give yourself some grace. Don't worry, Mama, you got this. Love your future self with 3 amazing nuggets.
There will be a busy season, but one day I do think you will miss all of the busyness.
Memorize these immortal words from Maya Angelou. Do the best you can until you know better. And when you know better, do better. That's it. That's my best mama advice. Love strong.
Oh, I loved it.